Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Sonia Sapira and I want to read Google to Corporate America from the magazine Bloomberg Business Week, 7th December February 2022. Google to Corporate America. You can trust these servers. Reliability is a key plank of Google's strategy to catch Amazon in the cloud. When Amazon Cloud Computing Network went down on 7 December, it hampered a broad swath of companies that rely on its servers, including Disney, Netflix, and Ticketmaster. The rail company will reason to welcome the widespread disruption caused by Amazon Web Service, worst outage in more than a year. Google, despite its dominancy in consumer service, Alphabet Incorporated search giant has long trailed Amazon.com Incorporated and Microsoft Corporation in the fast-growing cloud computing industry. Cloud companies compete on various fronts: speed, features, reliability, but a key part of Google Cloud's chief executive officer Thomas Kurian plan to catch up is to convince customers that Google Cloud infrastructure is more reliable than the competition. There may be no way to evaluate the claim. Cloud industry analysts say measuring the relative downtime of computing service is almost impossible because of the scale of the networks, the diversity of service they offer, and the complex mix of factors that lead to failures. Corey Quinn, chief cloud economist at the Duckbill Group, which work with companies to reduce their Amazon Web Service bills, says Amazon and Google Cloud are neck and neck with regard to reliability, with Microsoft Azure trailing because of significant disruption in 2020. A Microsoft spokesperson says that the company's cloud offers industry-leading reliability, and that it gives customer payment credits after some outage. Still, Google faced technical challenges of its own. When the company first began building its global system of data centers, the aim was to serve its own consumer-facing technology product. Its design was well suited to the task of keeping Google search, email, and video streaming running around the globe. But using the same servers form as the backbone of a cloud computing network introduced a new set of technical complications, and resolving tension has been a major engineering focus for Korean. Cloud computing is in one segment of the technology industry where everyone anticipates runaway ground. The cloud market will grow about 30% annually until 2025, when it will reach $400 billion, according to research company. In 2020, Amazon commanded 41% of the public cloud market. Microsoft held 20% and Google had 66%, according to Gartner, another research. That doesn't mean Google is doing badly. Analysts expect its cloud division to generate $26 billion in revenue this year, above 4.5 times what it made in 2018, the year before Kurian became CEO. The operation isn't profitable, but Kurian has cut its loss, and he said its focus is still on growth rather than profit. Google said on 1st February that its cloud unit generated $5.54 billion in sales in the fourth quarter, beating analysts' estimate. Google Cloud's workforce has grown to 40,000 from 25,000 when he took charge. A roster of multinational clients, including Goldman Sachs, HSBC, and Twitter. Kurian, a former Oracle corporation, executive took over from Dan Green, a brilliant engineer who CEO founded VMware Incorporated before joining Google to turn its cloud division into a serious business. When she left, Google Cloud was a distant third. Under Korean, the company amped up its client service, its sales force grew rapidly and began to emphasize the strategic partnerships that were likely to keep large customer engaged. But he also quickly focused on reliability after a litany of consumer complaints in his first few months. One big challenge is the extreme centralization of Google's network of data centers. The company designed its infrastructure so that machines in far-flung parts far-flung parts of the world would depend highly on ones closer to home. This design made it easier for Google to provide the same range of service to billions of people all around the globe. It also allowed it to keep data fresh and quickly update software. That approach has pitfalls, through which came to a head in June 2019 in an incident that Googlers now revert to as the Maya apocalypse. Google data center workers were in the process of making physical repairs on some machine in Oregon. During the process, a bug in a software program called Maya, which automatically shift responsibilities among servers, shut down another system. The Burgmaster, which effectively act as control for the entire network, the set of a domino effect that creates service across North and South America. As servers failed, Google's network capacity shrank and became more congested, causing slowdown for YouTube viewers and delaying effort to get the system back online. After the Maya apocalypse, Korean told employees the company needed a reliability reset. And initially, he froze all software updates for a month, anticipating it would take that long to resolve the reliability issues. Instead, the company has spent much of the past 3 years on the project, according to 3 people familiar with the situation, who asked not to be named, discussing internal operation. To a certain extent, the goal has been to recreate a specific aspect of Amazon cloud infrastructure. Amazon Web Services has done something most providers don't. They have a strong regional separation, says Doug Bilquin. An outage in one region almost never impacts other regions. Meanwhile, Google has its appointed global network, where as a result, you see things like global rolling outage. When Google Cloud goes down, it tends to go down a lot harder and in more regions than AWS does. Google Cloud undertook a series of initiatives to isolate its servers from one another when the need arose. The seeds of the main effort, Project Drawbridge, were planted in the aftermath of the Maya apocalypse. Though the project didn't officially begin until spring 2021. The idea was to give customers the option to temporarily pull up the connection between regions to spread data and keep problems from spreading. This was particularly important for banks or other regulated industry operating in multiple jurisdictions, according to Google. Within Drawbridge, Google also introduced Project Mode, a program that allows customers to host independent versions of their application and service in various zones around the world, so clients can connect to the closed regional version of a service if the main one is down. the reliability of our customer. Workloads is our top priority. It's how our team demonstrate customer empathy. Ben Traynor-Sluss, a vice president at Google who oversees technical staff, wrote in an email. He added the customer had differing preference with regard to regionalization, so Google approach is to offer a choice. The company efforts are still work in progress, as illustrated by an incident on 16 November when a network configuration issue disrupted multiple Google Cloud Computing products, undermining the websites and apps of clients' home depot, Snapchat, and Spotify. As they've striven to solve the engineering issue, Korean and Sluss has also tried to make Google's engineers understand the stake. They've asked technical staff to join meeting with clients or read description. Clients have written about their experience with outage to understand how they are affected when Google service go down. Some clients have expressed the frustration and anger, saying they will lose faith in Google or might consider alternative cloud providers. Employees say it's hard to assess how serious these threats are. Changing cloud providers is a significant undertaking, and competing providers have suffered their own periodic outage as well. Given the difficulty outsiders face in assessing networks' relative reliability, they can be sure they will encounter fewer disruption elsewhere. Even if Korean does succeed in making Google the most reliable cloud, turning that into a business advantage may be as much a marketing challenge as technology one. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.